I'm very excited. Two things that are certain in life. What are they? Yep, death and taxes. Steve, I think this is something that is generational. I wonder whether our younger audiences might have said broken headphones and an empty phone battery. You may already know the story of Zacchaeus, the tax collector. By the way, he wasn't just a tax collector, he was the chief, which means it was his job to get a commission from all of the tax collectors in his region. He would have been an uber wealthy bloke. He would have been wealthy because of the suffering of the people around him. It's like the worst of the worst. You kind of think, who is the worst person that Jesus could go to the house of? And it's this guy. But he isn't hated by Jesus. Jesus sees him as lost, and it's clear that Zacchaeus is excited by being saved by Jesus. Then we have the story of the 10 miners. A miner is not a person who is digging for stuff. A miner was about 3 months' wages. And Jesus here is the king in the story, that he's been away from the people and then is about to come back to see what has happened to his investment. Yes, there are details in the story that aren't exactly parallel, which is why people discuss it, blah, 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 but I'm pretty sure that's what it's talking about. Most of what I read about this talks about Jesus coming back and providing judgment. Now, I find it interesting that the last line of the parable is just so brutal. But Jesus then returns to Jerusalem as king and then weeps over it. I mean, you'll understand when you read it. But I wonder if this parable is a summary of Jesus leaving Jerusalem earlier in Luke and then coming back to it now. What do you think? Is Jesus speaking about his return to Jerusalem as king? Or is he speaking about his second coming when he returns in judgment, when that day happens? I wonder what you think. Interesting stuff. Once you've had a read, come back here and put what you think in the comments, because I would genuinely be quite curious to see what you think. If you are not a Christian, then have a look at the different reactions to Jesus. So there are some people that react differently to others. Some people are praising him and others are avidly looking for a reason to kill the guy. Have a think about your own personal reaction to Jesus. Now you've spent the last 19 days with him, what do you think? Do you know what it's going to be tomorrow? It's the 20th of December, and I have eaten way too many Christmas dinners already. Good, right, here we are. Christmas cracker joke. For the 19th, what do snowmen wear on their heads? Ice caps. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Yes.